Ted in Connecticut, you're up.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Jason, Scott, Kathy, and crew.
What's up?
Jason, just want to say thanks again, Scott. This is the coolest thing, right? Have a person like Jason Van Camp, just even through Zoom and reading his book, coming into your life. Just like John said, actually today we're starting in the Cosgriff household, kind of a variation. I think I told you I kind of tried to do a variation of the deliberate discomfort, and then my son had done something with some college friends called 75 hard.
Yeah.
So he started talking about it this weekend, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get back into my deliberate discomfort mode. So we're doing that. So thanks for that inspiration. If I could, so much to say, but as we were talking, I kind of wanted to see, not to totally put you on the spot, but I might get emotional talking about this. Thursday night, we open up our home. I'm an athletic director. We have an away football game, and we open up our season. Last year, our season got cut short. Only got through 5 games. It was a program that has a proud history, and a lot of things over the years. This is my second year here trying to rebuild, and we got through half the season due to injuries. Had a small team and just wasn't safe anymore and couldn't do it. We've been busting our butt. We hired a new coach who's doing unbelievable things, and we've got close to 50 boys now that are out there, been busting their butt since winter, spring, and summer lifting, and we're getting ready to go. One of the things in terms of that I love about these kids is that when things go wrong, they don't typically blame others. They just get frustrated. They get frustrated with themselves, but they're not in the blame game at all. We talk about process. We're not looking at outcomes in terms of scoreboard. We're not comparing ourselves to others. We're like, how do we get better every day? If I was able to get you in our locker room for 5 minutes before kickoff, I'm just wondering if there's something that you could say, just kind of knowing that, especially you being a football player too, like, you always prepare for the apocalypse. The wheels are going to fall off at some point, right? You're always going to face some adversity. Is there anything that you'd be able to tell a group of 15 to 18-year-old boys to help them recenter and recalibrate? I mean, I do it, but it's in a more patient mode. But in terms of being able to accelerate that in a competitive environment, I'm just curious if there's any ideas or nuggets you might be able to share.
What would you say to this group before kickoff, right? That's what you're looking for?
Yes. Yep.
It's a great question. It all depends on the group. Like, what do they need to hear? Like, what are they going through right now? What are the challenges that they're facing right now? What's going on in their lives, in their community? Because what would work for one person might not work for somebody else. It's like that platinum rule. The golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Do unto others as they would want you to do unto them. So we got to go a step further and ask them the question, like, what do you guys want? What do you guys need? And we can certainly, craft something powerful, inspirational, motivational that would resonate with them. Sometimes guys don't need to hear anything and they're ready to go, right? I don't need to hear the pregame speech because I'm locked in, man. Like in the special forces before a mission, like and I'm good at that stuff. I'm pretty damn good at like the inspirational shit. I never gave one inspirational speech to my guys before a mission. They didn't need to hear it. They were locked in, man. I knew they were going to crush it. They knew what they needed to do. I knew that they had their own specific individual ways of getting ready for that moment, for that mission, right? And I wasn't going to mess that up for those guys. But sometimes, oftentimes words are powerful, right? And they can go a long ways sometimes with a group of kids. And even though you might be saying something to them, if they hear the exact same message from somebody else, it might be an epiphany moment. They might hear it for the first time. In business, people will come to me and they'll ask me questions and I'll give them some answers. And they're like, wow, Jason, that was awesome. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to change everything based on that advice. I'm like, yeah, no problem. It was pretty basic stuff to me. And then I would talk to their mentor or somebody else on their team. And they're like, I've been saying that exact same thing for months. And they just weren't listening to me. And it's just often the case, especially with your kids. They just need to hear it from somebody else. So if I can help out in any way, let me know. Happy to.
Sounds good. Thanks. And then Scott, you're talking to the question that you had asked earlier of Jason when you're talking about the transition of, SEAL stuff to the sports world. When you were talking about it, not to totally digress, but the thing that popped into my mind when you were asking that question was this poor CFO guy from Bed Bath and Beyond, right? In terms of, obviously high pressure stuff there, but then also we all have choices to make, and there's consequences with those choices, whether we're making good ones or bad ones. But I just wanted to share that because when you were asking that question and you guys were filtering that out, my head just kept going to that, just in terms of to be under that kind of pressure, duress, that you have to make that kind of decision that just ends everything is crazy.
Yep. No doubt about it.